it's a really complex and dynamic environment in which boards are operating. And at the same time, we've got this increasing compliance and regulation. So a really common theme when I'm talking to directors is that their boards are struggling to find time on strategy because they're caught up and focused on compliance. So what do? How do we solve this? Well, some boards have established a strategy committee to help try to give the board some focus on strategy. Is that a good idea? Well, my short answer is I don't think so, and let me explain why. So the idea of a strategy committee in essence sounds good, and where I have seen strategy committees established by boards, typically they've got three different functions. One of them is about looking at the strategic environment. What are some of the risks? What are some of the opportunities that the environment's throwing up? The second is monitoring strategy execution, so making sure that the plan that's in place is being effected in practice. And the third one is it can provide a forum for management to really be able to tap into directors' skills and expertise on strategic issues. What's the problem with the strategy committee though? Well, what you end up with is a two-speed board. And what I mean by that is you've got one set of directors who sit on the committee who've got this deep knowledge about really foundational matters to the company's purpose and its strategic direction. And then you've got another set of directors who don't sit on the committee, who don't have that information. And what I see is that this sometimes can cause dynamic issues in the board. Where the chair of the board doesn't sit on the strategy committee, I find that disconnect can often be greater. And indeed, what sometimes can happen because of that disconnect is the strategy committee gets a mind of its own, and it, together with management, can go down various tangents. So where have I seen committees assist in strategy if that's the approach that a board wants to take? Well, I think having a strategic projects committee can be a good idea. So for example, a committee set up, and often it's for a shorter time frame because it's more focused around a particular activity. It might be assessing a potential merger or acquisition. It might be overseeing a digital transformation project, might be overseeing a major capital investment or project that comes within the board's delegated authority. Of course, whatever approach you take, role clarity for the committee is just so important. It should be in a charter. There should be clear links from the board to the committee, both in terms of the board setting out what the committee needs to do and the committee reporting back to the board, and having clear review points to make sure that the intended benefit of the committee is achieved in practice.